I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's May 1st, 2014. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Brock Shimano to help break down a very negative day in Chicago for the grains. Jumping into the quotes here, you can see corn was down 12 cents. July soybeans down 51 3/4. Last trade there at 14.61. Chicago wheat selling off as well. Last trade 707 1/4, down 14 on the trade day. Brock, fundamentally, we did have a relatively weak export sales report out this morning. Is that kind of what got selling in the bean market started?
I think that's definitely what got the beans market excited and selling to the downside. What we saw was net cancellations about 16,000 metric tons on the old crop. We've been kind of anticipating this for the last few weeks, but we finally got confirmation of it here today. As far as corn is concerned, we beat expectations there, and wheat came in above right within analyst expectations there. So not big stories for wheat and corn, but beans was really the highlight here. And if we take a look at where we have been trading, or where we have been throughout this marketing year, you can see the red line is what we need to see to meet the seasonal pace set forth by the USDA. The blue bars are what we're actually seeing for export sales. And you can see over the last 5 or 6 weeks, we've basically gone down to a trickle, actually ending up negative here this week. But I want to pay attention to that green line. The green line is how far ahead or behind the pace to meet the current USDA projections are. You can see over the last, the middle part of this marketing year, really, we've been falling off substantially on the pace that we are ahead. Currently, we're sitting at 135 million bushels ahead of pace, down another 10 million bushels on that pace this week. So substantial losses for soybeans in the export market. I really think that's what got the market selling rather sharply, and they're really going in today's session.
Yeah, if we look at kind of the action in today's trade, we saw a lot of fund selling as well, and we also had some important technical areas that were broke for this July contract in particular. Take a look here at this chart. This is a daily chart of that July soybean contract. It's a candlestick chart, so each candle that you see on this chart represents 1 day worth of trade action. As you can see here, today's move captured well, very negative, and the important part to note here on this chart is the trend line that we have drawn across the bottom here. This market has really been riding this trend line higher since early February, and today's close was the first time we had a strong close with good volume below this trend line. So from a technical standpoint, a lot of people are going to be looking at this as an area that could signal a top in the soybean market. Wouldn't be surprising if we saw a little bit of follow through here as a result. The thing to keep in mind is that stocks are exceptionally tight, but as we know, very high soybean prices have started to eat away at crush numbers, and today's technical indication as well, I think, will be looked at closely. As I said, wouldn't be surprised for a little bit of follow through.
Like what you were saying, there was a lot of funds selling in the market today. We saw funds be net sellers of about 12,000 contracts. So I think that helped push the market a little bit lower. Something else that could have been helping the market was some bull spread unwinding, selling the nearby months, buying the deferred. We only saw the new crop contract down about 21.5 cents today, so not as bad as losses what we saw in the nearby months. So that was something that could have been pushing the markets. But then there's also some rumors out there that more South American cargoes that were headed to China are now being deferred back to the United States. So this was an issue that we talked about probably about a week and a half ago. We're seeing this starting to pop up a little bit again. We're going to have to wait for confirmation on that, but that was definitely affecting the market here today. Yeah,
keep an eye on that soybean contract here as we enter the overnight session. Another contract to be watching as we go into the overnight is the wheat market. Here after the bell, we did have the projections from the 2014 Kansas wheat tour, and as you can see here in this slide, fairly low projections. As we know, it's not a big surprise that this crop is in bad shape, but I think that the yield number and the production number here are going to catch some people by surprise. As you can see, 33.2 bushels per acre projected for the 2014 crop, roughly 5 bushels per acre lower than even the very poor 2013 crop. Production, as a result here, quite a bit lower, roughly 50 million bushels expected lower in terms of Kansas wheat production. And as I said, I think that a lot of these numbers are already baked into current prices in the wheat market, but I do think some people are going to be surprised by these. We could see the wheat market move a little bit higher in the overnight as a result, especially on a day where we close down 10 or 15 cents.
You know, we were off sharply today, and I think that, you know, some of the people that were getting short today are going to take some profits, and given like these numbers that we had come out later today. You know, something else that's been driving the market has really been the weather. You know, particularly in the corn market, we see a little bit warmer, drier weather for the next about 5 days or so across the Midwest. So I think the planters are going to get out in full force and be able to plant this crop rather quickly as far as corn is concerned. So we could see that pressure the market just a little bit more as we head into early next week.
That's right. If you're gearing up for planting right now, or have already gotten started and you want to get live quotes from Chicago in the cab of the planter, visit us over at grainhedge.com. You can take a great demo of the mobile trading platform we have available. It's ready to go right now on the iPhone, iPad, Android, or tablet. If you have questions about that, give us a call here at the office, 877-472-4607. Thanks a lot for joining us here on a Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow to wrap up the week.